Ahead tonight, Marines marching. A new group joins the ranks. Coming up, find out what makes this group special.
Radar readiness. A major contract signing puts LPIA on the cutting edge of technology.
Plus, Love and Radio. A major conference in the Bahamas brings thousands to our shores. The National Report starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kendino Knowles.
And I'm Charisma Robinson, sitting in for Keishla Adderley. Thanks so much for joining us.
Well, topping the news tonight, 74 Defense Force recruits have successfully completed 17 weeks of rigorous training, becoming the largest entry to move into the ranks.
During the graduation ceremony at the Defense Force base yesterday evening, the 49 males and 25 females were charged to keep the force's mission intact and to always guard our heritage.
Our Opal Roach has more.
You have joined one of the most important entities in the Bahamas, and the job that you have to do is invaluable.
National Security Minister Dr. Bernard Nottage told the Marines that they are called upon to defend the sovereignty of the country.
Securing our national borders often involves grave dangers and uncertainties when contending with transnational criminals, including illicit drugs and arms traffickers. It will not be easy, but with the help of Almighty God, all things are possible. As you press forward at the start of your naval career, let honor go before you. Let integrity be your guide. Never seek to compromise those standards. Never.
The recruits have joined the ranks at an opportune time as government pumps millions into the expansion of the force. 9 vessels are expected to be acquired, including an auxiliary craft to assist with the transport of emergency supplies. This is all a part of Project Sandy Bottom.
This Sandy Bottom project will represent the single largest capital investment the government of the Bahamas would have made in the 33-year existence of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. In addition to the vessels and infrastructural assets, it will provide employment opportunity for more than 800 new members of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, increasing its manpower from 1,154 officers and Marines to 1,900 officers and Marines over a 3 to 4 year period.
And with improved infrastructure, the Naval Branch wants to maintain a continuous presence at strategic points as it fights against transnational threats.
That your government is currently looking forward to the rapid development of a base at Gunpoint and Ragged Island, and to bring closure to that project. That strategic location in the southern Bahamas will allow the Defense Force to maintain a constant presence in the Great Bahama Bank area, where foreign poachers are known to plunder our marine resources. Construction of the harbor there is nearing completion. In addition to being able to facilitate mailboats, this new harbor has the capacity to accommodate the Defense Force's 200-foot patrol craft.
Now, the National Security Minister explained why this graduation exercise was so special to him.
I feel like a proud father this afternoon. And guess what? We have some boys from Baintown in this room. Finlayson Street in Baintown. I want the Deputy Commissioner to take note of that. But good things come out of Baintown.
He then summed it up this way.
I feel good.
I'm Opal Roach, ZNS Network News.
Investigators tonight are looking into the discovery of the remains of a baby in Harbor Island. We're told that authorities are still uncertain about the circumstances surrounding this incident, but Superintendent Ismelda Davis of the Luther District says a tip led officers to the shocking discovery around 4 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. She told ZNS News that a concerned resident reported receiving information and seeing a photo of an alleged fetus on Wednesday. She said officers went to the area which she would not disclose, but had difficulty assessing the area and had to return on Thursday. Yesterday morning, a team of officers proceeded to that area where she said they found what appeared to be the remains of a baby. She said officers collected the remains, which were taken to the local clinic and examined by the doctor. The remains, she said, have since been transported to New Providence, where an autopsy is to be performed. Investigations are ongoing.
Two Defense Force officers, 29-year-old Brian Young wearing the pink shirt and 41-year-old Marvin Poitier in the black track suit, are behind bars tonight awaiting trial after being charged in the magistrate's court today in connection with that drug bust at the Grand Bahama International Airport this past Wednesday. Police say Drug Enforcement Unit officers acting on a tip went to the airport where they met a Defense Force officer about to embark an aircraft. The officer was searched and 2 dark taped packages of suspected cocaine were discovered in a black bag that he was carrying. He was arrested and taken into custody. DEU officers also arrested 3 other Defense Force officers and 2 other male suspects in connection with this matter. The drugs have a street value of $50,000. During today's proceedings, Brian Young was charged separately with 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs with the intent to supply, an allegation he denies. He and Marvin Poitier also pleaded not guilty to conspiracy to possess dangerous drugs with the intent to supply. According to Prosecutor Assistant Superintendent Ursula Dorset, the alleged drugs weighed just over 2 pounds. Meantime, bail was denied and they have all been remanded to prison. The trial has been set for October 10th.
A groundbreaking move has been made in the aviation industry that will put the Bahamas on par or arguably ahead of the rest of the region.
Today, the government signed a $14 million contract for the purchase and installation of a new radar system and 3D tower simulator at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel.
The investment is being funded in part by the government and the Inter-American Development Bank.
And as Janelle Noel Ferguson tells us, the new critical piece of equipment will replace the antiquated system currently in place.
Air Traffic Controllers Union President Roscoe Propal said the signing of the $14 million contract for a new radar system has been a long time coming.
Systems that are going to be implemented, including the improved communication network, the ability to link up with 2 other radars that are within the country, one in Exuma and the other in Grand Bahama, would allow us to provide more coverage to the aviation community as a whole, and hopefully within the coming months we would be able to improve services throughout the country, thereby, as the Minister and Prime Minister would have indicated.
During the contract signing ceremony today, Ambassador of Spain, Her Excellency Celsin Nuno, said that after a competitive bidding process, Indra Sistemos was able to secure the bid, and given their background, she expects they won't disappoint.
Indra is a company with solid credentials. The company has made innovation the cornerstone of its strategy, investing as much as 7 to 8% of revenue in research programs.
The accompanying simulator will be the original training center for air traffic control. Minister of Transport and Aviation Glenys Hannah Martin said the Bahamas is now playing catch-up to the rest of the world.
We are committed to do what has to be done to not only help the Bahamas play catch-up, but to position itself or herself as a cutting-edge aviation state. That is our objective. Catch up, but we go in full force.
Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie also noted the significance of this project. He said given the challenges of operating in an archipelago, safety is paramount.
As we put this in place, as we look forward to welcoming more people coming in with the advent of the Bahama hotel development, as we look to a rebound on the tourism industry, as we look to things happening on the island of New Providence, we are called to action on the challenges we have in other islands where there is an acute need for our attention. As we talk about this experience, we have an obligation to recognize that the country is challenged by unemployment, particularly amongst our young people. And that an attendant on that is this impact of crime that we are grappling with. And so we know we are compelled in terms of our priorities and this call for action to continue vigorously to address the dynamics of our economy.
CEO of the Nassau Development Company, Vernice Watkins, said the upgrade equals growth within the industry.
It's used to having brand new terminal facilities if in fact the opportunity to use those facilities is not safe. All you need is one accident that could have been avoided, and we would have a significant negative impact on our business.
Powell added that controllers can now work a bit easier and allay some of their fears. Janae Noel Ferguson, ZNS Network News.
Well, Minister of Transport and Aviation Glenys Hanna Martin gave a preview of some of the changes expected to take place within the aviation industry. For starters, the Civil Aviation Department will be removed from the ministry, now operating under its own umbrella.
In the days ahead, you will see the operation and management of airports move into an airports authority and out of the remit of the Department of Civil Aviation. The first airport will be the Marsh Harbor Airport, and others will follow in succession. The investigation of aviation accidents will move into an autonomous agency, away from the Civil Aviation Department. The CAD will retain its sole responsibility for regulatory oversight at the national level of safety and security. Airports nationwide are about to be reviewed and assessed on a number of levels, including economic self-sufficiency, energy and environmental sustainability and efficiency. Advertisements will soon run in our daily newspapers for trainee air traffic controllers.
In our first look at weather, a mid-level trough continues to fire up showers and thunderstorms across the northwest Bahamas, but outside of our studios just now, we have mostly cloudy skies with threatening skies, temperature 80 degrees, relative humidity 66%. Your winds are out of the south-southeast at 8 knots, barometric pressure 1,006.9 millibars is 29.73 inches, and it is falling. But stay tuned, temperatures around the Family Violence, travel and boating forecast is still to come.
The Senate gets us one step closer to a big celebration. We'll explain coming up.
Also ahead, a school celebrates teachers in a very special way. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Shell Helix Ultra. Performance you can see.